Welcome to Trading Capital's exclusive analysis. In today's video, we're discussing natural gas. So natural gas is fairly interesting in terms of price action. We've been warning you about this golden cross, how it usually indicates bullish price action, but simultaneously that signal, when you usually get it, gets sold into by institutions, and that's exactly what is unfolding. I hope that everyone was aware, if they watched our previous videos, that typically, again, when you got that golden cross, it usually means it's bullish in the medium to long term, but bearish in the near term. And that's exactly what has happened ever since you got that crossover here on June 21st. You had a little bit of an attempt at breaking out, and then nice 2 days of consecutive downward pressure. So the question is, were you able to stay away from the long side? Because this chart pattern is not looking like it's ready to set up just for a long trade at the moment. If we look at the 4-hour chart, which is a nice looking time frame, you can see we've lost both the 50 and the 200 on the 4-hour chart. And what type of pattern do we have here? If you've watched my videos before, I've discussed head and shoulders quite frequently. You have now triggered a head and shoulders pattern on the 4-hour chart. And this is a problem because it does mean that there's potentially some more downside all the way down to 231. Now, how many people would be shocked if we actually got a move down to 231? I think a lot of people, but not us here at TC. Why? Because this is our long-term trend line that we've been discussing, where if we get this pivot low to these three pivots, right through your back test, right through your breakdown weekly candle, breakout weekly candle, that makes sense on a technical basis to retest the area that you tested the most during this whole basing formation. And then let's just say we actually get that move. Sorry about that. Let's just say we actually get that move down to that area. Let's just erase all of these. This could set up arguably for one monster inverse head and shoulders pattern. If you develop a deep right shoulder here, if you come all the way down to this key zone and develop a right shoulder, then that inverse head and shoulder does have a beautiful consolidation back test to build off of and potentially trigger a huge monumentous push to the upside, which would give us a move all the way back to 460. So don't be surprised if we likely want to retest all the way down to this 234. Of course, there's going to be support levels along the way. You have the 50 and daily moving average coming up, but I'm ultimately looking for a back test of 233 in the near term. So hopefully that helps you. Hopefully anyone was not caught in this little bit of a fake breakout. Our members were able to do a nice short trade, but ultimately it's a risky trade to short. I do think that nat gas is shaping up for a 1, 2, and a 3-bar surge. It may just hit this daily 50 or daily 200. If we get a 3-bar surge to the downside tomorrow, I would expect a little bit of an intraday dead cap bounce. So I'm looking at that opportunity on the long side if we were to get a gap down tomorrow in natural gas. If we discuss some of the equity stocks, EQT, again, not really looking too healthy, getting rejected off that daily 200 moving average, back testing its support, but ultimately it's looking like this wants to go to about 35.50-ish in the near term. Still look like the long side, but it does look like it's starting to potentially break down here in the face of maybe a weaker commodity nat gas. This is looking like a bit of a bear flag right underneath that 50-day moving average on AR. Downside target in the near term is at least to a pierce of $31 on AR. If you found this video useful, please give this video a like down below, and we'll see you on the charts a little bit later.